Hey, everybody. Ye gods, that is to say, ye gods, as in you are all gods, as in you will suffer as gods, you will flow with gods, as the gods flow through you. Ye gods, this time is the time that is right for you. Ye gods, see those ghosts that walk through walls, float to you. Ye gods, that house, ye gods that haunt this house, that occupy this building, that do not need doors to open and close, that to enter then leave, to enter then leave, to enter then leave, and leave and leave and leave and leave again. Ye gods, do you know I was just like you? Ye gods, and ye son of gods, and ye sons of women, of mothers, ye gods, you flow through me too. I was there in the basement. I was there in that unfinished room, dirt floor, cat's milk and tuna. I was there where the fleas would dot my legs. I was there with the washing machine and the dryer. I was there with the single light bulb attached to the ceiling. I was there, ye gods, casting shadows in the corners, hidden from the daylight, underneath the home, out away from the city, other side of the train tracks, just outside of downtown. Ye gods, what were you doing there, studying the palm of your hand? Ye gods, did you know that your thumb would be the only finger capable of holding back, of bending back? Ye gods, and yet it's not even a true finger, an appendage, a digit, extremity, cast into the air. It is cast into the air. The thumb, fool. Not talking about your middle fuck you finger. See, it bends back too. That crack you hear, that's just your knuckles cracking. That's just tension popping. That's just tight fist clenching on pen, getting stiff from writing too much, too fast. That's just normal, that sound, that pop. See that? Your finger can go back. No pain, no structure, no tightness, only loose. It falls, it slumps, it's torn, it's ripped, it's down, no pain, just pop and go, just pop and go, just pop and go. 4 fingers dangle, lifeless and useless now. Relief, just look at your paws, the palm of your hand, just look. Fingers hanging low, fingers hanging low. They can all fall back. It's that pop and go, it's that pop and go. Now try it with your neck. All right, this is a love poem right here. This is a love poem for my best friend who puts up with me when I come home from work and don't want to talk and hears me out when I need her to. This is a love poem for my best friend who used to be proud she could drink me under the table and who I chose to spend my life with anyway. All right, this is a real quick chapter. So the murder occurs in the basement of the house. The dirt floor basement where the Miles Davis Quartet once maybe played an after party. It could have happened. The house across the street from the projects out on State Street, just literally the other side of the tracks from Willow Glen, just south of the 280 freeway, near where it meets up with the 680 and the 101, where Monterey Street becomes Market Street, all fit to where the light rail station drops you off, picks you up on Virginia, takes you north into Silicon Valley, or south back into Capitol Expressway and the 70 bus back to Eastridge. You could actually do a complete loop in this manner, taking the 22 from Eastridge with David Graves, no longer filming freestyle skate videos, up King Road past the Tropicana to the El Camino, down Santa Clara Street to San Carlos, the Alameda, but get off at First Street and walking back to Market, SFX, past the Cactus Club, the Ajax Lounge, and back to Monterey, Willow Street, Virginia, State Street, to where the murder happens late at night or early that morning. Poor Rich, he walks right into that trap. Right into that trap, it happens like that. Door open, door closed. Walks right into that trap. Walking down the street, half case of beers like that. Right into the trap. It's a trap! How about that? Pop a top, cop a walk, right down the street. Stroll in, how about that? Chug a lug, it bubbles up. Pop a top, how about that? Poor Rich, our hero's about to walk into a trap. Look out, Rich, look out! Someone's on the lookout. It's just not old Rich walking down the street, one shoe in front of the other, dusty white sneaker, pants legs flapping, walking down the street, not a care in the world. Hear the cars, hear the birds, early December sunlight, not a care in the world, walking down the street. When who should he spot? It's Officer Friendly. He spots him with the chug-a-lug and the pop-a-top. It's the bubble up and now the stop and drop. Look out, Rich, look out. So now it's stop, drop, and run. Fizzy foam and fear flowing now, and sheer terror of it all. Warrants, unpaid tickets, another trip to Elmwood, another unlawful search and seizure, or just fucking run. So tuck the half case under arm, one shoe in front of the other, dusty white sneakers flap, flap, flapping on the pavement, gets to stepping, gets to moving, back to home, 3 blocks away. They'll never find me there, he's a thinking, never. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. One exciting thing that Toni and I forgot to mention is that there's a brand new gallery. You could probably peek in after the reading. Very exciting. 3 of our really exciting artists here in Vancouver are Ann John, Cynthia Heiss, and Kathy Rick. One of Ann John's pieces is just where Jim is sitting, that big red, they're all red, but you know, the big one next to Jim. So the 3 of them put together this gallery space, and it will have its grand opening on the first Friday of October, October 6th. So there are some of these up here at the front if you'd like to check out that brand new gallery called The Cave. Art at the Cave, Experimental Art Space. We're very excited for them. Oh, and if you've seen the frogs that are clinging to the outside of Angst Gallery, those are Cynthia's frogs that she didn't think were going to last as long as they have. I think she thought they would just fall apart, but they're still hanging in there. Okay, now we're going to hear from Madeline. And Madeline hasn't been here for a while, so we're happy to have her back again. Please say hello to Madeline.
Hi. Excuse me. Choking on some of that red wine. I kind of felt like tonight I would explore myself in the way of like authenticity. That tonight I would explore myself in the way of authenticity and just kind of let my, and I think as you guys all have done, I felt tonight just kind of free-flowing and I don't know, I just feel like blah today, like I might as well just, you know, let go in many ways, in many forms. So the first poem, it's more of a prose. It's a flower garden of shadows. That's it. That's it. A flower garden of shadows. And here's a poem I wrote today, because I looked through my poems of the past, and that was from the past. That was from when I was, what? Well, I don't know, from the past. And I don't like any of my poems that I've rewritten, looked back and reread. It's like, oh, geez, I don't like this. Like, I've changed in the way of, what's the point? Like, I got to stay more current with the times, you know, and hi, I'm here. So, Oldies, that's a title, Oldies. Shh. I have a small voice, so I've been told, so I can tell. I've loved so big and so hard. I've been told I have a loud voice. It took me so sound, I couldn't take it. I took it and laughed so hard. I laughed. The angels being here, smooth into the ward inside, so free a spirit, beautiful. You're the most, you are beautiful. That's it. Another. All I can live for is now, an example of how I got here. And another. All I can see now are my own father's eyes dying. He did it all with a ray of hope. Makes the leaves fall off. I can finally breathe as I, like words, play a role in this life. I'm wearing these clothes like how new clothes feel. Hush now, Bukowski, stop it.
Fuck that guy.
You're great and all, as a man can be, maybe. This ain't no disco, Bukowski. Sheryl Crow. All I want to do, I'm not the radio. I am a mind, the mind. All I want to do, I'm not the radio. I am a mind, the mind. All I want to do is share some fun. Whoa! And that name of that poem, I can finally breathe. I'm wearing these clothes like how new clothes feel. The name of that poem, Schizophrenia, by Sonic Youth. The end.
Yeah.
Thank you, Madeline. I have two poems for you. I'm suddenly not liking this, though. So I've been working on a series. I didn't know it was a series, but that's what it turned into. So here are the two most recent in the series. The revolution we were promised. A black man is beat by white men wielding poles in a parking garage in Charlottesville. If you voted Republican, you voted for this. If you voted Republican, you are responsible for this. American politics circa 2016-2017. Narcissistic sociopath colludes with Russia to steal the election he lost by nearly 3 million votes, and upon winning immediately begins dismantling all that is good about the country. Boasts about grabbing women by the pussy. Expresses interest in fucking his daughter. On his phone constantly, tweeting reactionary bile in response to what he sees on TV. Racist lowlifes encouraged by the GOP to travel to campuses and parks and liberal strongholds armed with bats, flying swastika flags. Seas of white frat boys possessed by AM radio-inspired hatred, waving Walmart torches. American terrorist drives a car straight into a crowd, aiming to mow down as many people as possible. Thug-in-chief won't denounce it. White nationalists, Nazis, and white supremacists are his base. Thug-in-chief thinks provoking nuclear war is leadership. Madman with no ideology other than attaining wealth, no agenda other than obliteration. Easy to choose sides while watching old footage of piles of bodies in concentration camps or cops beating Negroes in Alabama, setting dogs upon our sisters and brothers. Easy to tell yourself, of course, you would have done something. The temperature rises to dangerous levels in defiance of willfully ignorant climate change deniers. Everyday activities are canceled and citizens are encouraged to stay inside. When the maggots of manifest destiny swarm into your town, will you meet them in the town square prepared to defend your freedom? Or will you hide down in the dark, watching clips of the carnage on your gleaming screen, hoping they won't find their way to your door?
Yeah, heck yeah.
I had a few things to say about Charlottesville. This is not the air we were promised. This land is no longer your land. Our heritage a wildfire that refuses containment. Like an enraged mob with a blind need to subsume everything in its path. Even world of fire cannot interrupt our conspicuous consumption. Ash falls from the sky like slow-mo dream snowflakes, drifting slowly earthward to cover the cars, the trees, and the children. Staggering to ponder the fortitude required to stave off such utter destruction. Breathing freely becomes a challenge, the air cloaked in a haze thick enough to prevent the sunlight from reaching us. Still, our response is to deny, deny, deny. So, those are my comments. I couldn't write a word for a really long time, and the first one I wrote, it took a long time. It was a lot longer than I expected for everything that I had to say or was thinking about it, but I think now that the floodgates are open, so I'm not promising you won't hear more in that series from me. There's fresh new horrors every day, sometimes several per day, so there may be more poems like that coming. But one of the things that is going to help me to get through it is to come here and be with all of you and to share in this amazing thing that happens here every month. So I want to say thank you for your time, your poetry, and your energy. Every single person in this room is a part of this event, and I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful that's still happening. I'm grateful that I live in a town where we can go floor to ceiling with, random red art. And yeah, so come back on October 12th. Thank you to Toni. Thank you to Coleman, who's not here anymore. Thank you to the Clark County Arts Commission, to Leah Jackson, and who else did I want to thank? I want to thank more people. Scott and Tiffany and everybody. Just thank you for holding this space with us. Thank you for being here with us tonight. And now you can get up and sort of like shake it off and maybe persuade the person behind you to rub your ass out a little bit.
The sign that's on the door.
Oh, this sign?
Yeah.
Yes. So we got our sign from I believe it was one of the printers on the Portland side. I think you could probably still. Yeah, we feel strongly about that. That's the way it's always been, but we like to proclaim those things.
I was thinking about reading that when I came up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, since you brought it up, a couple of times people have said to me, why do you have LGBTQ friendly on your posters? Why do you need to say that? So I take a deep breath so that I don't have to punch them in the face. And then I say, because for 12, 13 years, it's been this way. And I want those people in the community to know that they're safe. I want our, friends of all communities to know that this is a safe place for them and that we want them here. So I announce it. And the thing is, our trans friends that have been coming for a really long time, not an unkind word has been spoken to those people while they were in the room. No one's been weird while they were around about any of it. And so we're proud of that. We want to continue. We want to encourage it. So we have a sign, and it's on our flyer. And thank you, because it's not me. I'm not doing that. All of you are doing that every single month, right? So thank you for being that way.
Did you want to say something?
Well, yeah, just, I want to thank you all for coming. In the spirit of this, that's been going on since 2004, I'm never disappointed. I mean, every month I walk away and I think, the privilege of sharing the space, listening to all of you, and then you come back again and you bring new people and they have an opportunity to speak for the first time. And it's really a wonderful and glorious thing. And in my heart, I'm really grateful and appreciative of it. And the task person that I am, and he knows I'm always the one with, okay, here's my task list.
Keeps me on task because I don't.
Help us at the end of the evening, if you wouldn't mind just helping to stack the chairs. That's a really great thing that can happen as we all.
Yeah, I think in fives. I think that's what Leah
In
does.
fives.
So no more than 5 with the
Yeah.
wooden chairs.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you all, and we'll see you next
Thanks so
month.
much. See you on October 12th. Thanks so much. And if you haven't paid yet for the great stuff that you've been eating and drinking, make sure you do that before you leave.